What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. And I debated even making a video on this because it's not terribly interesting, but we're going to be replacing the seat bottom cover on this last 2000 Grand Cherokee. And again, not terribly exciting, but I'm pretty excited after getting the new seat cover in the mail. This is not a sponsored video. I paid full price for this on eBay, but this company really seemed to kind of go out of their way to make sure I was getting the correct part. Went on eBay, made my order, searched on eBay and found the correct seat cover, the correct color, kind of did my research obviously, submitted my order, and a few days later I got a text message from one of the guys there saying, hey, can you just send your VIN number, another picture of the seat, the trim code, all of this stuff, just to kind of confirm we are making the correct cover. So of course I did that. They made a cover and sent it out to me, and man, this thing looks really, really nice. So first let's go look at what we are originally working with, and then we'll look at the cover and hopefully see how good this thing fits. All right, guys, so jumping into the 2000 Grand Cherokee Limited, and we have some horrible sun pouring in here, but kind of one of the last things in this interior is this driver's seat bottom. The passenger seat's in relatively good shape. There is some minor cracking and stuff, but all in all, it's pretty decent. The back seats are in really decent shape. We already pulled the carpets, cleaned all those. You guys saw that previous video. But the last big, huge eyesore here is this driver's seat bottom. As you can see, it is just absolutely destroyed. You've got leather peeling. The leather's all cracked out here on the side. So it's done. It's absolutely done. Now, the seat foam is honestly in pretty decent shape. It's not mushed down really. So that is going to be good here. But yeah, it's just that seat bottom leather that's just destroyed. Now, for the longest time, Mopar has obviously discontinued the seat covers, or the seat, leather seat covers. These things are going on 20 plus years old now. And, other than trying to find used ones that are in good shape or poor quality covers, you've kind of been SOL. But, like I said, did a little searching on eBay and ended up finding this company. Now, here is the plug, even though I'm not being paid and spent my own money for it, but Richmond Auto Upholstery, USA. They're out of Texas. You can see a phone number, an email address, and obviously their website. If you're in the need of a cover, I guess wait till the end of the video so we can see if this thing fits well and is of good quality like it looks. But yeah, shoot them your VIN number, a picture of the seat, and see, do they have something? Do they have the pattern, the colors, whatever to make this thing right? But it looks like they've got a lot in stock. So let's look at the new cover. So guys, obviously it's hard for you guys to see quality in a video, but dang, this is such a nice piece here. It even has the kind of fabric-y carpet where the seatbelt rides. I mean, everything is absolutely perfect. Pass through for wiring. Here on the bottom, we've got all of the hog ring rails or clips, factory style channel rails where those are going to clip over the seat frame. I mean, this is absolutely factory, if not probably better than factory on its quality. Now on to price. The seat cover was pretty expensive, but it is supposedly genuine leather. It was $170 some, so with taxes and everything else, I was in it right around $180. But if this is your only option to get your older Grand Cherokee, or any vehicle for that matter, looking good again, then that's kind of what we've got to go with. Again, I'm not keeping this one. This one's gonna have to find a new home eventually, but I know I can't sell the thing with the seat looking that destroyed and torn up. So I'm gonna get this seat pulled out. We'll get it thrown up here on the tailgate and we'll start tearing it apart and see how good this thing fits. I hope it fits as good as it looks. All right, so we've got the seat bottom separated from the seat back. We just had a couple of 13s and then a Torx on this side. Obviously, every seat's going to be different. But it looks like kind of the only thing that we're gonna have to do here is cut some holes for some of the brackets. This is just a solid panel here, so we're gonna have to kind of transfer and make a flap for some wiring, drill or cut some holes for the brackets. But other than that, it looks like a pretty direct install. It's already got the hole here for the bracket. It's got a hole for wiring to pass through, so it's kind of all there. So I'm going to get this thing flipped over, and we'll start getting the old cover peeled off this thing. Another thing I noticed, this new cover does not have. This one has kind of a weird plastic clip rail thing that holds it on. Again, this one is not, it does not have that. I'm sure you could probably transfer that, but the fact that the seat side shield with all the switches hold that on, I'm pretty sure it's going to be just fine without that, the two little plastic clips there. Now, one thing I'm gonna lose, at least on this early WJ Grand Cherokee, is my heated seat bottoms. The early ones had the element sewn into the actual cover. The later ones have it just stuck onto the seat foam. So if this was a later one, and I don't really know when they started that, maybe 02, that's kind of when all the big changes happened, this wouldn't be an issue. But I'm not losing anything that was currently working. This element is shredded, torn, ripped in half, so the element is already an open circuit here on the seat bottom. Now, options on these older ones to fix this or to add a new element, I'm not really sure, because it would need to be the correct, you know, kind of resistance range for this current element. So I'm not really addressing that, but that's something to keep in mind on, you know, if you are looking at seat backs or bottoms or whatever, that you might run into a heated seat element issue pending your style. Now, last but not least, to get it off, you're going to need to cut and remove the old hog rings, and those are these things here, kind of half circle things that you pinch down to attach seat covers to seat foams or frames. I just use a pair of wire cutters, kind of grab them, twist them, cut them, whatever it takes to finally kind of get them broke loose and removed. All right, and just like that, we've got the old seat bottom off this thing. Again, you can see the factory heated seat element that is sewn into this early WJ one. Again, I don't think that's really common. I would assume they are normally in the actual seat foam or stuck to the seat foam. But as you can tell, this one was not working. Here's a burn mark burnt through the wiring. Pretty common on Grand Cherokees for the lower elements to burn out. And this one has a lovely burn through. So it wasn't working anyway, so I'm not really losing anything here. Like I said, our seat foam's in decent shape. We've got a little wear here on the outside bolster like they all do, but for the most part, it is all there. We'll be ready to just throw our new cover on and kind of work doing those hog rings, putting those back into place. So now on the reinstallation of the new cover, I did actually have to trim a little bit. These rails, I guess, that you would put the hog rings on, they were like a few inches, 6 inches too long, and they would not have fit into my seat foam. They would have had a kind of a raised section and it wouldn't have, you know, laid down nicely. So I did have to modify both of those, again, just cutting them with some scissors to match that original cover. So the hog rings, you are just going to reinstall. Now, in a previous video, I did show doing a seat bottom foam replacement on a Grand Cherokee, and I used zip ties. That is totally fine. Honestly, I've never had an issue using little small zip ties on seat cover reinstallation. This came with new hog rings, and I was able to borrow some hog ring pliers from the buddy of mine. So I figured I would try hog rings out, do a very professional installation here on this thing. So if you haven't ever messed with hog rings, they look like this when they are new. Again, I don't really know if you guys can see. They are just kind of a metal staple looking thing. You would load them up in your hog ring pliers like so, and then when you squeeze them together, it pinches down and makes a, you know, like a fully enclosed little loop here. So that's what you're trying to do to reinstall this thing. So I'm gonna go and just put hog rings back in the 8 or so places that they were here on this foam, and then we'll be able to kind of fold this seat foam, or excuse me, we'll be able to fold the seat cover back down, get it clipped on the rest of the way, and then hopefully get this thing thrown in. So now that we've got the cover hog ringed and kind of folded over and all of our plastic clips installed, we did need to make a couple of holes for the seat brackets and the wiring there. I'm just going to use a knife and hopefully cut through this leather where everything kind of needs to pass through. All right, so now that I've got my holes cut here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the seat back on. I will probably get it thrown back in the Jeep, and then we'll get our final thoughts on the seat cover, if it's a good value, how it looks, and looks and fits in the Jeep. All right, guys, final product here with the seat cover. Now, keep in mind, this is a 22-year-old vehicle. So brand new leather versus 22-year-old leather, there's going to be a little bit of difference, if you will. So on camera, it probably looks even more drastic than it does in person, but this leather here has had 22 years worth of somebody not being terribly clean sliding in and out of it. This is our new cover. And yes, it is a little bit wrinkly right now, but with any seat cover you install, it's going to be wrinkly for a while until it gets some sun on it and get some people sitting in it, kind of getting everything pushed where it needs to go. But again, I don't think you're ever going to be able to perfectly match leather on a vehicle that's 22 years old. The leather's seen too much. It's had too many people in it. Just oils from your skin, dirt off your clothes, just all of that stuff, plus UV beating on this thing. This thing did not have tinted windows its whole life until I got it. So all of that is going to change the color of that leather. And again, it's going to be hard for an upholstery shop to match leather. Yes, they are using the trim code to match the factory leather trim code, but again, you are going to have a shade difference there on that seat until you drive it for another 22 years, and then it will look like all the other leather, shiny, smooth, worn out, just like this does. So guys, I at least am happy. Maybe I am easy to please here, but I'm happy with the results. It is not a shredded, destroyed seat anymore. It looks like somebody that actually cared about the vehicle and put a new seat cover on. So I don't know. I'm happy with it, even with the shade difference, because I'm very understanding and know it's going to be impossible to match 22-year-old worn out leather. So guys, if you've got an old vehicle that has the seats shredded, torn, worn, and you care about the thing and you want to keep it going, you may start looking online. There may be a cool company like this company, and they show all makes and models. Give them a call, see what they've got to offer. Again, I'm happy with it. It looks so much nicer getting into this thing and not seeing a destroyed seat. Yes, I know this contrast looks very drastic right now, but you can see what we started with versus what we've got now. That is a much nicer place to be, a much nicer place to sit, and it looks like you care about your vehicle. In comparison to our old cover here that is shredded, torn, element destroyed. We've got a element burned through down here. It's it's run its course. That driver's seat always, of course, takes the beating since that's where somebody's always sitting. So guys, like I said, I wasn't even planning on making this video, but I was kind of excited about the quality of that leather seat bottom. Again, if you if you've got a vehicle in need, start looking around online. Again, this place was Richmond Auto Upholstery out of Texas. I showed their card there at the beginning. Again, this is not sponsored. This is the most opposite video of a sponsored video possible because I spent my own hard-earned money and time out here putting the seat cover on. So little plug just because I am very happy with that seat cover. Came with hog rings, genuine leather. Every clip rail was there other than that one side clip rail, and I just bolted that side trim on through the leather cover, and it's never going to move. So I'm happy with it, guys. And if you're still watching this long into the video, thank you guys very much. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.